I told you I would take it. Now, it's mine. Episode 8.
They told her to wait outside. Not rudely. That was the trick.
Okay.
No shouting, no
Here
slam
goes nothing.
doors. Just a soft voice and a small gesture toward the hallway.
Thank you
As if
for
humiliation
waiting.
became
Someone
gentler
will be
when it
with
wore
you
good
shortly.
manners. Sarah stopped for half a second. That was all. Just enough to understand what they were doing. Not helping, not organizing, positioning, putting her where they thought she belonged. Outside, away from the table, away from the decision,
If we look at the figures
away
in this
from the
folder,
people whose
projections seem
names
promising.
always seemed to matter more than hers. The room behind the glass was bright, warm, polished. The kind of room where people spoke softly while deciding what someone else was allowed to keep. Sarah looked through the door. Folders, water glasses, pressed suits, prepared smiles. Everything in place, everything arranged before she arrived. That was the part they never admitted. By the time someone like her walked into the room had already made up its mind. A woman near the door smiled politely, the professional kind. "We'll call you when we're ready." That sentence had ended things for a lot of people, but not for Sarah. She stepped back once, then stood still. No protest, no embarrassment, no scene, just stillness. People always misunderstood that. They thought quiet women were finished women. They thought patience meant permission. Minutes passed, then more. People walked in, people walked out. No one looked at her long enough to remember she was still there. That was fine.
With this
Sarah
strategy,
wasn't
we
waiting to be
anticipate a
remembered.
significant upturn.
She was waiting for
Excellent.
something
Let's
else.
move forward with the
In
implementation
her
phase.
hand was a small folded card. Nothing dramatic. No legal file. No thick stack of proof. Just a card. Cream-colored, official print, a number, a seal, and one line that changed everything. She had checked it 3 times already. Then a 4th. Not because she doubted it, because she knew what it would do the moment someone else read it. Inside the
Sarah
room,
Lane.
voices rose and fell behind the glass, muffled, controlled, the language of people who thought they had time. Then the door opened. A man stepped out with a clipboard. Didn't look at her at first, just read from the page, then stopped, looked again, looked up, and the whole hallway changed.
Watch me.
Sarah Lane, that was the moment. Not loud, not dramatic, but absolute. The kind of moment that rearranged
morning.
everyone's posture.
Let's begin.
The woman by the door straightened first, then the others.
Thank
a
you
chair
all for
moved
coming.
inside. A
We have
voice
much
from the
to
room
discuss.
said, "Bring her in." Not later.
I believe
not
this
after
belongs
them.
to you.
Now. Sarah lifted her eyes, calm, not surprised, not triumphant, just ready. She walked past the same people who told her to wait outside, past the same smiles that no longer fit, past the same door that was supposed to keep her out. Inside, the room felt different
That
now,
doesn't seem
not
right.
warmer, smaller.
Are we sure
Because
we're
once a
interpreting this
system
correctly?
realizes it overlooks something important,
completely lost.
it always shrinks. Sarah held out the folded card. No flourish, no need. One person took it, read the line, then passed it on. No one said much. They didn't have to. Authority had already entered the room before Sarah even spoke. That was the secret. She didn't need to demand respect. She only needed to arrive with something they couldn't ignore. One man cleared his throat. Another shifted the papers in front of him. The woman who smiled first didn't smile now. That was how power looked when it changed hands. Not with shouting, with hesitation, with silence, with people suddenly afraid to continue the script they prepared for you. Sarah sat down slowly. For the first time, no one asked her to wait. No one asked her to move. No one asked her to prove she belonged there. Because now the room knew what she had known before she ever walked in. She was never supposed to be outside. They just thought she would accept it. And people who mistake silence for weakness usually hear the truth too late. By the time the meeting began, Sarah was already in the only seat that mattered, and everyone else was adjusting to a room that no longer belonged to them.
My story is just beginning. Join me on this journey